reality and make those lies come true? What if you could lie to objects and places and change them? What if you could lie to people and have them believe you? And what if you could lie to the past and change the present? Would you? To save the universe? To save yourself?
All right, here we go. Hello, this is Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Kevin, and these amazing people have agreed again to come back and play games with me, which makes me so very, very happy. Let's meet the amazing people. Let's start with a new iteration on an old face. Sorry, didn't come out right. Bison underscore Stonefist. Tell us what you do when you're not here, when you're rarely not here.
Yeah, when I'm rarely not here, I'm usually on the Discord. Yeah, I spend a fair bit of time here. I'm just gonna pop the Discord in the chat because that's where I spend most of my time. Other than that, on Tuesday nights, I run the Cyberpunk Red campaign, Carnage Heights, here on Dirty 20 Gaming. It's a lot of fun. It's a little wild, a little rowdy.
Yeah.
But it's just the way I like it.
Yep.
And on Wednesday nights, I play the equally wild and rowdy Linus Longshadow, the Kender Rune Knights or Echo Knights.
Of course, there's two of them. They're Echo Knights. Of course.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's half the joke.
Yes.
And so, yeah, that's D&D 5e. It's a lot of fun. And on the very rare occasion, I do occasionally stream on my own channel. I think my current hyper focus is going to be EDF 4.1. So I can shoot bugs with lots of explosives.
You forgot Saturdays.
Oh yeah, shit, Saturdays. Oh my god.
You've blocked it out because it's traumatic.
No, I'm here too often.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturdays. I am Sid Brimlock, the haunted engineer. Very English, very
haunted.
very traumatized.
Yeah.
Just had his first car accident.
Yep.
That's Necrobiotic. The show is called Dead to Rights. Also a lot of fun. I really enjoy that show. You should check it out.
You should. Thank you for all that because it shows kind of the range of what this channel shows on a almost nightly basis. We aim for nightly and usually get there. Next, let's go to our regular cast members. Let's start with Farah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Farah. I am currently only playing on Dirty 20. At home, I play a lot of Assassin's Creed. And I am currently trying to stop a whole bunch of squirrely school children from devouring.
Best of luck.
And the furniture.
Some people are like, the zombie apocalypse is going to be bad. It's like, have you seen school?
Yeah.
Don't worry. If the zombie apocalypse happens, the teenagers will wipe them out in about a week. Anyway,
something to do.
Yes, thank you for that. Next, because it's going around in a square. Can you go around a square? Okay.
Yes, the perimeter.
Yes. Amy, you're doing lots. Tell us about your stuff.
I've been playing a lot of 14 recently, Final Fantasy 14. I've been streaming some Minecraft, some 14, some League. I'll probably get into some other games in coming weeks after I get done with the new patch that just dropped in 14 last week, and Yeah, just put my links in chat.
Oh, you're in recent patch play mode. I understand.
The
Yeah.
update
You'll
chase.
you'll sleep later.
Just watched. Last Tuesday was the first day of the new raid tier, so
Mm-hmm.
we're still
Sure.
week 1.
Gotta get that world
Sure.
first.
Yeah.
No, World First already happened
Of course it did.
a couple days ago.
That's
Oh well,
not a surprise at all.
let's do a world first. Let's do a world first here, because every game we do is a world first. But first, some stuff. Character art done by the one of the players. Dun 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 dun. Fair. And the rest of it is done using Hero Forge. The background art, the art in Roll20, which is our virtual tabletop of choice, and most of the other art you see elsewhere in this game is from the actual manual for stealing stories for the Devil a Monte Cook's game. That is a masterpiece that we are just beginning. I am just beginning to get my head around enough to start really playing with it. So I apologize in advance to the three of you. But with that, let's begin. Oh, no, we're not. There's still one more thing I got to do. I got to do the content warning, because we have a regular content warning tonight. You know, every once in a while, this is an adult channel. Every once in a while, stuff happens. We say rude words. It occurs. But specifically tonight, and I say this just so we're completely open about it, tonight's episode does deal with addiction. And in this episode, for narrative effect, I have exaggerated the effects of addiction. I am in no way, for shape, or form making light of it. It's simply for narrative story purposes. I hope by the end of this you will agree. In fact, I hope by the end of this you won't remember that I even had to say this. But I did. So, with that, let's start. On the Celeste. Harla and Itzel. The two of you are used to it by now. You've had some time. What have you done in that many days? I don't know. We didn't say last time, so.
I actually do remember that Harla had a date that.
No, that was Dak.
Yep.
Didn't Harla have one too with a zoologist?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, you remember more about my character than I do.
Okay.
Didn't we cover that last time or no?
I think we glazed over it.
We
but,
only covered Dak's date.
Yeah.
Okay.
We covered that when you were absent.
Because I think we talked about you basically wanted to do it to gather biological samples, right, from like the marine biology or something of the sort, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I remember having that conversation.
It's kind of just to like learn more about because I'm good at nature.
Okay.
What is it?
Yep. And 2023 certainly has more nature than 4850. So yes. Yeah. We can.
Botany. Botany was
botany.
it.
Perfect.
Like,
yes.
I was good at botany, so I'm trying to like learn more about that, because on the Celeste there's everything's in a cup.
Exactly. Yep. They grow this. they grow the sludge.
Like,
yeah.
I just keep referring to this as Wally. I don't know. That's not the only thing that
absolutely.
I can. But like everything is in a cup. It's like, oh, you have a hamburger in a cup.
Yep.
You have a a steak dinner in a cup.
Perfect. So let's if it's okay, how about we say you have a wonderful date. You have food made from real plants that you saw being plants this afternoon, and they're now like on your plate. And yeah, an interesting experience all around. Yeah.
Sounds good. I like that.
All right.
And then I'm probably addicted, so I will probably find other people like that.
Every time.
Having cool dates.
Allowing people to purchase you the salad. You just keep hanging out. Oh, just hanging out all you can eat salad bars. Take me in.
Pretty much. Someone will sit beside me and
go in
me
without
eventually.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is silly. Let's stop before it gets even sillier. Itzel, you got some time. What did you do?
Oh, I have no idea. Probably just more than usual. Maybe went down to just see what she could scrape up from or like dumpster dive, or just find swipe from stores just in terms of useful tech.
Yep, absolutely. So you just go on go back to living day to day inside parts of the Celeste that shouldn't be broken but are.
Yeah.
Perfect. So with that, it's no surprise to either one of you when your beeper goes off. Basically, your watch beeps, and it says "Report to Room 101." For now on, I guess that's what it's called. Do you head off in that direction?
Yes, but I'm kind of like,
Room 404. They couldn't
oh
find
no,
that
I
one.
think I would go willingly because it's more of an experience down on the place that has plants, and so
Besides, you heard there's
GTFO this ship, yo.
It's fall. You've heard there's it's harvest time. We would go to room 404, but nobody can find it.
Well, it was more of a, I guess.
Yeah. So the two of you walk in for, again, story. The two of you, the door goes, and the two of you walk in. The table that the mice are usually on isn't, the table's here, but there's no mice. Instead of it, the devil is sitting on the table. And he looks up at you and grins, and he has the harp from the last episode, the one that makes people deaf. And he reaches out as you walks in and goes, ding 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 ding, and you hear every single note. And he grins.
Doesn't make us deaf?
Sorry?
It doesn't make us deaf?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
And he looks at you and grins. Yep.
I'm going to look at him and be like, wait, you're not supposed to be here at this time. Like, this doesn't make sense in my head.
I thought that thing got left back in the...
Where's the mice?
That got left behind when we escaped.
And he's just like, yep, yeah, yes, it did. You can hear that, can't you? You know why? Because it feeds on hopelessness. And I, bing, 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 am starving it to death. Ding, 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 ding. And you can hear the sound is starting to get shittier and weaker.
So it's eating hopelessness.
Yes.
From me?
From whoever's playing it. And I haven't got any.
Okay.
I'm the very definition of hopeful. Ding, 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 ding. And it starts to, like, the frame starts to crack. You see, they, the Abradant, lied on a grand scale, and they made this item stay on Earth. They broke the rules. That's cheating. So I cheated too, and I brought it here. We'll be enraged.
Who? Who's we?
The Abradant, of course.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Imagine, and I know you can't, but try to imagine what it's like being omniscient. But parts of it are wonderful. Everything, everywhere, all the time. Wonderful, marvelous. But you know, it doesn't matter how omniscient you are. You can't see everything, everywhere, all at once. The details slip by. I'm one of them. They are me. I am them. Facets, whatever you want to call them. So I can't hide from them. But you can. You're the little details. The little details that mustn't be noticed. And he looks down again and goes, ding, 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 ding. And it shatters into dust and falls on the floor.
From Harla.
What? Sorry?
Itzel takes a step away from Harla as he plays the bridal march.
It's a funeral.
That was the funeral march.
Oh, Right.
Funny that it's an interesting slip, by the way. But thank you for the ban, Hellhounds. I never see him coming. You are just amazing. But yes, and with the last note of that, the harp shatters to dust, and he says, "Anyway, the mice want you," and he disappears. Meanwhile, Pete. Tell us where Pete is when his phone goes off.
Pete is in the far north of the ship,
Yes.
waist deep in some sort of electrical panel.
Yep.
You can hear clanging, you can hear him talking to it, telling him, "Oh no, you're fixed, eh? No, you're fine, you're fine. Don't worry about that. Oh, I can fix this here." The occasional of duct tape.
Yep. Yep.
And what happens is, on top of the box, the panel or whatever, is this little guy. He's just sitting there. It's just a little, orb,
Yep.
purple in color, slightly fuzzy, and he's kicking his little feet. And it's not the phone that goes off; it's him.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
display just sort of starts blinking.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
And it takes a little bit. There's no immediate answer. Obviously, Pete's still busy.
Yeah.
So the little ball sort of hops off the box and starts to float. And he goes down, picks up one of the wrenches, and charges at the box and whacks it.
Yep.
There's clang.
Yeah.
You hear this bam. Ow! Oh, that really hurt, eh? And he sort of weasels his way out. Oh, ow. Okay, so what's going on, eh? He's just talking to the ball as he's sitting on the floor.
Yeah, the little window shows a message, projects it out like a little hologram, and it basically just says, "Go to room 101," a room you've never heard of before, except that you being a scion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the part of the ship that works. This room, it's in sleeper
Not
country. Yeah.
Sleep country.
Yeah. Thank you.
Guess I'm going to mattress land, eh?
Yes. Yeah. So you head in that direction,
Sleep number.
right?
People
Or
sleep
do you?
in beds
Yeah.
and
Do you
stuff.
head in that? Yeah. Do you head in that direction?
Yeah, he gathers up his tools and he puts the panel back.
Yeah.
And
Everything.
It takes a little. It doesn't screw in right away.
Yeah.
So he takes 4 and whacks it.
Yeah.
Bang. Oh, worked. Okay. And he heads down.
And heads down. As you get there, the doors slide open and you see 2 people you've never seen before in front of you. And beyond that, a projection table. You've fixed thousands of them. And as you walk in, before you can even say hello, an image pops up. All of you at some point have spoken to the Celeste, the AI, and it has always historically presented as 2 white mice. Lately, that's been messing up. There's been a gray and white mouse. One of the mice doesn't make eye contact or speak anymore. And in fact, this time, only one mouse comes up. And it's actually tricolored. It's got brown spots and black spots and a mostly white body. And one ear slightly bigger than the other, and it looks slightly out of focus when it comes in, kind of as it comes in. And you actually hear it go, and it looks up, and there's a pause. It's a visible pause. It's like watching a laggy computer process. And finally, thank you for coming. An event has occurred and appears to be over, but it cannot be over because the effects remain. The cause, though, is gone. The glow faded steadily over the course of one Earth day until it disappeared. The effects, however, remain, and you can see it shaking its head like it's trying to reset, like it's trying to format itself.
Is there an off and on switch that I could turn it off and turn it back on again? Because that's how you fix all glitchy
Yep.
things.
Yeah, like it's on like
Yeah.
can people use her electrical disruption ability on the Celeste?
What do you want to do with it?
Basically turn off the table, turn it back on.
Okay. Yeah. Essentially, yeah. There's a and it goes away and it comes back, and it gives you exactly the same speech with exactly the same glitches. Like if you put them side by side, it's not the same thing doing this. It's a replay. It's that exact.
Oh, it looks like the video file's corrupted, eh? It's
I
not
know.
usually a video file though.
They said they keep us recording. I don't know. I'm picking up your accent.
It's not
Someone,
even-
someone fix it.
There is. It gets to the end of that file and it starts to repeat like a skipped record, and then starts to repeat, and it starts to repeat, and then it stops and skips forward, and you hear
Skip the record is not something that we want to hear right now.
the only facts we know are that a group of what has been described as feral hogs is attacking a restaurant at the center of the zone. They destroyed the interior on more than one occasion, particularly the kitchen. And then they left. They were reported as being, and this little video file pops up, and it's like looking at the back of somebody's screen. You can see the words come up from, like if they're reading it here and you're looking at the back of their screen, you can see through it. So the words are backwards. They come up before it reads it. And it says, very ugly, fighting amongst themselves, and even having hands. And there's sort of a drawing of a feral pig with the tusks and everything, and little tiny like T-Rex hands badly photoshopped on them. Pops up where the mouse used to be and then disappears again. Pete, this is messed up on a technical level. Like there's most of the stuff in the Scion zone is better than this. This is busted.
Sort of looks to Harla. Harla and Amy are both Scions, aren't they?
Yeah.
You're all Scions. Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
No sleepers.
It's like so. Like, has this been happening a lot down here? I'm usually up by the top with refrigeration and stuff, eh?
No, it's become increasingly more like weird. Like it was normal at one point, and now it's starting to be very glitchy and not normal. Things are happening that is not supposed to happen. At least since we've started doing this work.
Well, that's all sorts of weird. Goes over to the table and like looks under it, looks behind it, kind of like baps where the video display is a couple of times.
As your hand hits the table, the other two of you, Itzel and Harla, you see the devil appear. Like this new guy who hasn't introduced himself is bent over the table looking, and then the devil is just bent over, standing right behind him. And in that same split second, Pete, you hear, "That's not the spot."
Oh, geez.
And when you jump, you go right through him. And he goes, "No, it's over here." And bang! And like hard enough that it feels like it should break the surface of the table. The whole room just goes, like the whole room judders like the image just did. And as if nothing has gone wrong at all, this still one mouse, still three colors, but now perfectly well animated and perfectly rendered, looks up at you and says, the restaurant is scheduled to reopen tomorrow. It would be preferable if the unknown item that isn't there could be found and removed before then. And then the item that isn't there can be removed before then. The item that isn't there can be removed, and you can see it's a logic loop that's catching it.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
because it's not there, so we can't take it from there.
It was there. The effect happened. The effect continues to happen, but the thing doesn't seem to be there. But you have to go there and get the thing to solve the problem. So that has broken the AI of the ship. It shouldn't have, but it's not the only thing breaking the AI of the ship.
Don't worry. We'll make sure it's not there, eh?
we're gonna go to some place to find something that's not there. Okay.
This smells like fine bullshit again.
I don't know how to do this. I just want to go back to the zoologist and whatever. Oh, whatever.
And with that, we begin the actual Act 1. The map on the table, the mouse disappears and the map comes up when the devil appears beside or steps back through you, Sid, and up to the table, or back from the table and points at it. And on top of the table, a small map comes up. This is the zone is actually quite large in this one, and it is in a very bad part of the city. The run in won't be easy. That's my first point. So now we enter into Act 1, where you tell me, and I every week I realize I've said this is kind of this neat part of metagaming where you're out of character, and I want to correct that. You are, but you aren't. You're also in character at the same time, right? So I'm going to stop saying out of character, and I'm going to say speaking as Act 1. What do you add? Their first thing was the zone of influence is, or sorry, the zone of improbability is large and in a very bad part of the city. The run in won't be easy.
Oh, so normally we see a map by this time. And
Yeah,
we
there's
haven't given
no
a
map tonight. Tonight is going to be, well, you can kind of see one on the table, but you're not getting one. This is all going to be Theater of the Mind night.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my gosh.
Running in isn't going to be easy. Well, that's why we've got a lift getting us in.
Okay, what is it?
What?
What circa 2023 vehicle is sitting down on the surface waiting for you?
Probably a Jeep. No top.
A Jeep. Let's just put Jeep for now, and you can describe it as we do the run in, because I want to see this, because I want you to tell me about this lovely Jeep at the start and see how much of it's left by the time you actually get where you're going.
A monster truck.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll give you that much. It's monster truck ish. I'm going to put ish because it's not like because three people can't sit in a true monster truck, but a big Jeep.
So it's an F-150 with a lift kit.
It's a Yeep. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Jeep with a lift kit.
Dibs riding in the box.
The devil then points back at the map and said, "Oh, excellent choice, because this part," and he waves to a section of the map that's quite near the restaurant, is a multi-block park and green space. Lots of open space, lots of trees, lots of trails, and lots of people. All of it in the zone of improbability. So there is a way in that isn't just streets. You can go in through the streets, which would be nasty, or you can go in through a highly populated park. That's the second thing.
Definitely a cattle guard on the front of the Jeep.
Oh, but see, this is why we didn't describe anything before. So yeah, now you've got you got skid plates and all that goodies. But that's still number one. So this is as a result of, or in response to, there's another way in, but it's full of innocent people. How do you respond? Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. This is communal storytelling. Look at your sheets, see what you're good at.
Well,
see how you could manipulate this.
I don't know. I got this really cool decoy hologram.
That is, yep. Okay, so that's the thing you could
with
use.
My points.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if I could. Is there any way I could be a really cool singer celebrity?
Oh, okay.
That herds the people to a certain area of the thing where they're out of trouble, or they're out of the way.
Just a celebrity sighting button.
Yeah, so your decoy is I love to take this and twist it. I want to make it awful and wonderful at the same time. So
Britney Spears?
Basically, your decoy is a famous influencer.
Yeah, I'm a TikToker.
So yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
So just
faster.
and again we will add whatever that need. But yeah, your decoy is. I'll even give you multiples, as many as you can make up. Where you press the button, your decoy looks like a famous person. I love it.
Sweet. Okay, and then so that takes care of the people now.
So
If
that's
we
the
want to
two.
go in that way, they will be safe.
Absolutely. Um, number three from my end, just to complicate things. Animal control officers slash park rangers do patrol that area ceaselessly.
But they're busy chasing reports of these hogs that we were told about.
Okay, so they're focused, yeah, focused on hog prevention.
They've got bacon on the mind.
Yeah, they're doing their best to make. They're making sure that the people don't get mauled by the hogs. Fair enough, makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that's clearly why they're there.
And my fourth one, this last one I got written down. So after this one, you guys get to decide how many more I get, because I always get the last one. But my last one that I've got written down, next to the park and the restaurant, there's another restaurant that has animatronic critters inside and out, and it's open 24/7. So there's like singing, dancing, animatronic stuff going on next door with spotlights and fake banjos and 4 different kinds of music at all times.
The name on the front of the building is Freddy's.
Except 3 of the letters are burned out. Yeah.
What do you
So it
think
just says fries. I didn't even do that until I looked.
do you think
Sorry.
does the table think that this last edition is a threat? If it's a restaurant with animatronics, they're no threat to us.
I mean, I just named it Freddy's, so
Yeah.
yes.
Well, the reason I brought up the animatronics is if there's feral hogs going on, the animals they're animatronic animals, so there's a bunch of furry animals moving here in a place where you're trying to look for furry animals.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Thank you for asking
Okay.
for clarification, but yeah, that's what it's for.
Okay.
So you guys get a free response to that, and then I get one more, or you can stop now.
They also have suit actors like you see at Disney.
Okay, does that work for the other ones? The other two, is that
They have what?
Suit actors like you see your Mickey Mouse and all Disneyland, Disney World.
it's not
They
just
have those.
animatronics, some of them are actual actors in costumes?
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
that works for me because my kind of liar will work with them.
Yep, absolutely.
So
All right.
we can figure that out if they're real people.
Yep. And you'd be able to tell because animatronics don't move much. So
only after midnight.
I get to add one more regardless now. Yeah.
Oh, God.
I had to write it down before I forget it. The latest reports coming through on police channels is that a local gang is moving into the empty parking lot and setting
Where's
up.
the parking lot?
The parking lot of the restaurant you guys have to get to.
Oh, okay.
So the parking lot itself will be defended by the time you get there.
Well, then I better go change into all my studded leather and stuff.
prepare your theme music. So this is the first time I have to ask, do you want to add anything or are you happy with that? Because every time you guys add something from now on, I get to.
I think I'm good.
I think I'm good. I'm drawing a blank.
Okay.
I think I'm just
You're waiting for Act 2. I get it. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, this has been a week.
Yeah. No worries. So I'm just going to quickly go over the things I said plus the things you said, just in a row. The zone is large. It's going to be in a very bad part of town. The run-in is going to be difficult. But you have a monster truck-ish Jeep at your disposal. There is a multi-block park and green space adjacent to the restaurant full of innocent people. But Harla has the ability to turn their decoy into a series of famous people. There are animal control officers and rangers patrolling the area ceaselessly, but they are almost entirely focused on hog prevention activities. And next to the park, there's a restaurant with animatronic critters and real actors in costume. And at the last moment, a gang has moved into the parking lot and is setting up defensive perimeter.
Sweet.
With that,
Beam us down, Scotty.
there is a beaming down, by which I mean I press the Act 2 stinger button and wait 5 seconds for it to go away. There it went. Act 2 begins. With that, you drop into the machine that zorts you down. You land in a miserable part of town, but just outside the zone, but still the miserable part of town is bigger than the zone. So you land beside it just in time to scare away 3 people who were about to start taking the big ginormous tires off of your Jeep. It's like, oh shit, that's yours? Yeah, okay, no, you take it. No, we're good. Yeah, we're just walking. Bye.
Yeah, you keep walking.
Have a nice day.
You hear one, Pete, you say that, and you hear one of them say to the other one, 2 of those 3 people are really scary.
And then there's
Okay.
Ethel.
We get into the monster Jeep.
Who's driving this archaic piece of machinery? Does anybody
okay.
have
Probably
drive
me.
an archaic piece of machinery? It's a skill.
Ethel's probably too small.
What'd you say, Itzel?
Ethel's probably too small for this, but
I can drive it. It's gonna be chaos, but I'll drive it.
Pete's
it's got no
smart.
doors, it's got
Like,
no
I'm sure he
wheels,
can
so
figure
it's
it out.
Okay, then Pete can drive because I'm just gonna take it on not the mission and go somewhere else because I'm highly distractable. So if I see
yes,
something that I
that
want
is
to
true.
go drive to, I'll go drive
just gonna
to.
go there. So-
Forget that we're doing anything.
Yeah, also, Ethel also has attempt issues.
This
Go
makes perfect
drive.
sense because Pete, it's an almost entirely mechanical means of motivation. It is archaic with a capital arc and a capital ick. This is like getting to drive the pyramids. You know, it's
Oh, that's so
it's
cool.
actually older than you are by more than the pyramids are older than us at this point. And there's no way you could like this is oh, I know what this is. I've been looking for the thing. You know the Antikythera mechanism?
Yeah.
Have you ever, the other folks know what that is too? The ancient thing they found on a boat, and when they took it all apart, it's actually an astrological computer that works, but it's entirely mechanical in nature. It's wrong.
What?
It's based on cyclical orbits, not
They
ellipses.
found a
but
Greek computer that's like 3,000 years old.
it's all made out of brass circles that interlock underneath a surface. So you just
And
move
it
the
took
planets
them-
to where they are, and it tells you where you are on the surface of the globe. It's
That's
freaking.
And
amazing.
It took the smartest minds of archaeology and paleo technology and all that shit decades to figure out.
Yes. And
That's so cool.
So
and Sid, the Antikythera mechanism is sitting there with the keys in it. In the distance, you hear the of a light machine gun fire, followed by the whoomph of a grenade.
well, that doesn't sound very good, eh?
Right in the direction
Um,
you're supposed to go. You can see through the window on the GPS. It's lit up, and it's going right in that direction.
Right, so
Ban,
Pete
ban,
takes
ban,
four
ban,
ball
ban,
out
ban,
of
ban,
his
ban, ban.
out of his pocket. He's like, okay, so like you've got point, eh? He goes onto the front of the
Yep.
right where the hood
The-
ornament should be.
Yeah, the little image shows like plastic soldier in this pose, and then he floats away.
Yeah.
Can you see through him or spot? Like, is it like a drone?
No,
He's basically a drone.
He's a smart weapon.
Oh, so he's actually a weapon. Okay,
Yeah,
Um,
he can actually think for himself.
okay, yeah. Don't in that case. Yep, just play him as a character. So you send him off by himself ahead of you.
Kind of just taking he takes sort of Overwatch
Okay, so
gunner point,
a
gunner,
couple-
gunner position.
a couple floors up, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Above the yeep. Yeah.
Yeep.
Okay. So we know how cars work. There's 4 seats, basic roughly, in a Yeep. Who's Pete's driving? It's so hard not to call you Sid. They even look the same. Pete's driving. Who's in the passenger seat? Who's riding shotgun?
Me.
Okay, Harlow's riding shotgun, and
It's
that
all
leaves
standing up at the back end,
it's all standing in the back seat.
and her head's still level with the other two.
Yeah. Perfect.
It's those really short, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
we.
yeah.
So yeah.
Pete, you started up, the whole thing goes. I mean, it's really smooth, 2023, but it's a mechanical machine. It's all moving parts. It's crazy. Hello, Scott.
This is like sitting on the washing machine back on the Celeste.
I was just gonna say something very similar to that.
And up above you, I don't know if you can see it or not. The camera in my head can see it. So here's the Jeep, starts up. Above you, sort of hovering, is 4-ball, and he's kind of scanning, and you hear another little burst of machine gun fire, and you see them kind of around 4-ball, and then, oh, thank you very much for the 100 bits, appreciate it. You see 4-ball just goes and hides behind a fire escape, and then starts doing the boom, 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 boom. But you can hear it as he's moving. It's a dun 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 dun. He's playing sneak music for himself as he darts from cover to cover, moving forward above you. 411. Okay, that's not bad.
So he's taking fire? Is that
Yes.
am I understanding this?
And as that happens, the camera pans down and you see the Jeep, and then it pans up sort of halfway between the two of you, and way down at the end of the road, you see a sniper rifle stick out of a window about 4 blocks away and start to focus down on the Jeep.
Well,
How far away is it?
Within visual range, you can do stuff. It's
I'm
my favorite distance.
Do we see the sniper?
Yes. I'm giving you this. We're rolling.
I might be persuaded to show him my tits.
I mean,
Stand up out of
as it is.
yeah.
Distract.
That's yeah, you're absolutely right. Canonically, Itzel lost their shirt, so they're only wearing a very tight bra. Yes, right, and it has a jacket that will not close at the best of times.
And Pete's like he's going to assist by honking the horn.
Okay.
Flashing the light.
So that you give them the full beads show without the beads.
And there's a sudden gust of wind.
It's New Orleans. You stand up there through the top of the Jeep. It's a Jeep. You said it was topless Jeep, so now it's truly a topless Jeep. You pop up and pop out, and so that's
shirt too. No.
So that is very good. Absolutely. That's 2 D10s for the 2 people that are very good at being able to take their tops off and distract people. And
I'm charming.
Pete, you don't have a special skill in driving, right?
No, I'm just
you're just gonna honk the horn though, and that's like not challenging. So give me you said it first. Harley, give me 3 10-sided dice against you know what though, we're gonna make this very, very hard. So it's a 7-8 difficulty is your hurdle.
3d10s.
Yep.
3d10s?
3d10s, yep. An 8, you just make it. Well, you made the hurdle. So there's a complication. The complication is because this is fun. We've done. I promised I was going to do something soon when it became appropriate, so I'm going to do it now. It missed you because they weren't looking where they were shooting, but they shot Pete instead. They're like, there's somebody coming out. We'll shoot them. Hey, bang!
I got a card for this.
Okay, so you right away play I'm better than you think, which turns any failure into an almost or an almost into a success. So, In that case, the bullet we it's like the sniper game, right? The trigger gets pulled. We're following it right towards Sid's face in the
Pete.
window screen, and then it hits the glass and
Pete
goes,
six,
and the glass shatters, and like it shatters, but it stays bulletproof glass. I'm better than you think. The Jeep says, I'm better than you think. And turns it
Yay.
almost into a success.
Good
Beautiful.
job.
as hit me with your best shot plays on the radio.
Yeah, it turns out the sniper was aiming at some guy named Sid.
Yep. I did it. Damn it. I knew it. That's why they missed Pete, because they were shooting
We
at
were
Sid.
just waiting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay. So, Pete, the window in front of you just does the spider web.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
I'm still saying
You're running.
try!
Yeah, and yeah, behind and beside you, things are waving. What do you do? You can see movement in the distance. People, the sniper fire and everything is drawing attention.
I am going to lie to the glass.
Okay, because you lie to things,
I am
right?
Planner. I
You
can
are a
lie to
planner,
things.
yes. Okay, so
and I'm
so
going
just
to
as
tell
the bullet hits the glass.
We
Yeah,
have 2 planners. Okay.
yeah.
It's not just bulletproof glass.
Yep.
It's coated, treated bulletproof glass, so it makes like a
Just
like
a spot.
small-
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we back up. The bullet comes down, hits the window, and instead of you lie to the glass, and it comes down. That happens automatically. How hard is that to do in the split second you have when somebody pulls a trigger? I'm going to make this. I almost want to say ridiculous. Because you're reacting to sniper fire from the end of a street, right? So it worked, but the chances of you not taking damage from that instant overreaction is ridiculous. It would be ridiculous if you didn't take damage. Does that sentence? Because you're always supposed to put something sentences
Yeah.
in this game, right? So okay, that means your target is, and you got no time for help unless somebody can think of something. 9, 10. So you need a 9 or a 10 on what skill? You might not even be able to do it.
I don't think I can actually, other than
Look at your
well,
cards too. Like an I'm better than you think would turn it into. I think you said you had 2 of the same. Can they?
If I can justify
boost?
the success in the scene pertaining to my core nature, I succeed. I would say, yeah, this is in my wheelhouse because I'm lying. I'm using my literal skill as a liar. tell-
And as an engineer, I'm willing to do that. Yeah,
Because it's knowing the difference between bulletproof glass and ballistic glass.
yes, that is fair. Absolutely, yeah, that is something you would absolutely know.
Ballistic glass is what they give
Yep.
armored cars.
Yes. So, okay, perfect. It would be ridiculous, Sid, if you reacted that fast. And still, Sid, I did it again. Damn it. Look right at you. Look right at that Zoom. It's got your name in there.
It says Pete's sakes.
Pete's
eh?
sakes, eh? I mean, for fuck's sakes, eh? I mean, okay.
No, that's my
Pete-
uncle.
Yes. Uncle fuck. Nobody invites him over. Nobody wants him in the
It's-
pictures.
It's
all
the
Yeah.
extended fam. It's the extended family.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck sakes.
Yes, I absolutely give you this. So it would be absolutely ridiculous if you were to do that and maintain your cool, and you do. So by burning that card, you just the bullet hits. There's a little tiny little in front of you. What do? Slam it in gear and go, or
Yeah.
okay.
Explore it.
It's a Jeep, so 4 on the floor, 5 on the floor. It's a new Jeep. So yeah, you bang, and you start driving. As you do, you see ahead of you, all 3 of you looking forward. How do I phrase this? Does your do you cease performing your effective display at this point? To
What
the
do-
other
what I-
2, are you putting them away? That's what I'm asking.
Depends on what I see.
Are
What?
we-
Okay, in that
It's
case,
probably not
Not
overly
yet.
concerned with covering
Okay.
yourself.
Perfect. Well, in that case, here's what you see. Down
Park
at
full of
the
kids.
end of that area around where um, where the sniper came from, they're now sort of around both corners. It's sort of a T intersection, and around both corners come a series of drones. There's like octocopters. They're about that big, and each of them has a camera sticking out of the top and a small pivoting gun sticking out of the bottom. 4 of them coming at you. You hear from 4-ball up above you. You can't. You kind of hear, and he gets up into a sniping position. Yeah. So 4 drones. Pete, you're like first gear going into second when you see this. The other 2 of you are second going into. I'm not sure.
First going into second base.
So, given that information, what do the 3 of you do? Oh, I forgot to move us to. Forgot to move us to Act 2. So,
how high up are they?
too high to drive into them with the Jeep. They're about 1 floor up, and you specifically had 4-ball about 2 floors up above you. So, yeah.
If I jumped from the top and grabbed onto one and slammed it into the other one,
Yep. That
could
would
I
be.
do that?
Yep. What ability would you be using to do that?
I would be using a mix of stealth and unarmed combat.
Fair.
It's
Yeah.
very
Unarmed combat. What's your unarmed combat? Are you good at it or very good?
I am good at it.
Good at it. So that's a D8. It's
Forball's going to give harmony.
Itzel would be helping with her very good at agile.
So you're going to help throw them up, or are you going after another one?
Assist with
How many of
heating.
the drones were there?
4.
She'll be going after the other 2. Then
They're spread out, so you'd only be able to go after one.
I'll still go after one that Harlow's not going for then.
Okay.
Give her
And
something.
what skill?
Agile. She's
And
very
you
good.
are very good at it, so that's a D10. Okay. And Pete, I got it right. Yay!
Pete is going to use 4-ball as the smart weapon
Okay.
to provide harmony for. I'm going to say Harla because it sounds like Itzel has a better role.
Well, this is all going to be one
Okay.
one roll. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So harmony, roll twice and take the better result.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to double it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So and yeah, so we're going to give that to the best roll. In that case, yeah, and now I understand why you did what you did. In that case, we'll have Itzel make the overall roll because they had the D10. So if you give them harmony, you'll get 2 D10s instead of if Harla did it, it would be 2 D8s. Does that make sense? So you still all do exactly what you do.
No, Itzel gets the D10 and whatever they get from us, they get to re-roll and take the higher result. It's advantage.
Harmony means they roll all the dice together and take the highest of the rolls.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So what
bad.
is it you're doing to you see them, you look up and they're like leaping out of the vehicle, flying towards 2 drones. What do you do to help that? It can be run into another drone. It can be have 4-ball shoot something.
Yeah, 4-ball is I guess not really suppressive fire, but distracting fire, so the drone flies closer.
He can shoot one of them.
Well, I mean to make it easier for
Because all the harmony, you don't specifically have to help them do something. You have to help resolve the scene, right? This is actually a good thing because what we're trying to do here is get rid of all 4 drones.
Okay.
So far,
yeah,
2 of them are taken
shooting.
care of. So 4-ball's going to start shooting. So we're going to and are you or they have their own skill? Are they very good at shooting?
It's just as it says provides harmony. As if they're another.
Okay, so that gives them then so that gives them there. So we're going to do, so that gives them a D10. So that's the 2 of them and 4-ball. Now, what does Pete do?
What does Pete do?
To take one out, because if you could come up with a way to take one out, this is perfect, because if you succeed, then all 4 actions succeed, right?
I'm going to lie to the last one to
Okay.
say that it has not been properly maintained.
Okay.
The engine's
Uh,
overheating.
It's a you plan. It's what's you plan. So it's something's wrong with it now. So an engine
Yeah.
overheats.
Yeah, the engine's
It's
overheating.
purely phrasing, right?
It's
Yeah.
Okay.
the
and
gun isn't oriented right. It's actually pointing at one of the other guns rather than where the operator thinks it is.
if it has an engine failure, this will defeat it. So that's yeah.
Yeah.
So what ability? You're lying. So it's at least a D8 unless you can tell me you're doing better than that,
Machine repair, which is good.
which is good. So that's a D8. Perfect. All right. So we are going to have Itzel roll 2 D10s and 2 D8s. But before you roll, I got to tell you what the difficulty is, what the hurdle is. What you're trying to do is take out 4 drones while speeding down the road all at once while heading into gang territory. So this is going to be very hard. We have a hurdle of 7, 8.
All right.
Cat hat.
Here.
Cat hat.
Cat hat.
Yes.
Hmm.
The cat hat is back. The very next day,
It's left 2.
the cat hat came back. They said it was a goner. Sorry.
I love that song.
What did you roll?
Oh, I haven't actually.
Okay.
Look at my cards.
So, yes, your target is, this is going to be very hard to do for all 4 of these things to go. So 7, 8 is your hurdle. Highest roll is
Oof. Highest roll's a 5.
a 5. Oh dear.
I rolled
That-
2 1s and a
That
2.
is an actual complete
Can
and
I
utter.
play this card?
If you believe you've achieved
Yeah,
your
that's
side
what I
goal,
do.
you can re-roll. What's your side goal? Experiencing
The-
something new?
Yeah, I've never ridden in a monster jeep.
You've
before.
never ridden in a monster jeep and
God
been
bless
attacked by
And-
combat drones.
And I've never
In a bad
tried
part of
to bump
town.
at a drone.
And yes,
You've
All
never
right.
been in a Jeep with a Canadian before.
There's a lot of things you've never done
Never
before.
done combat flashing
For the
before.
record, as we're driving down this road, like
Yes.
haphazardly swerving back and forth,
Yep.
Pete is using his turn signals.
To go around garbage cans and potholes and all kinds of
Oh,
stuff.
the
Yeah.
Jeep-
That's
like,
going too far. That's
I'm
going-
changing lanes, eh? I'm
Responsible.
changing lanes, eh? It's the rules of the
He
road.
stops at a red light. Bing, 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 bing. Bullets bouncing off the window. Ding. Oh, geez, if I go right, I can go now, eh? Signals and goes right. Reroll. Yes. What did you get?
Okay.
Highest roll.
Wow, there's
Is it a bad night tonight? Tell us.
2 10s and a 9 on the
Oh,
reroll.
wow. 2 10s and a 9. Holy crap. Okay. So, yeah. Wow.
Telling you, man, it's because I aced my learner's permit.
We just
the 2 is one of the D12s.
wow. This graphic novel just got graphic because nobody, yeah. So topless and all, whoof, out of the top of the Jeep this way, whoof, out of the top of the Jeep that way. Each one of you grab an octocopter and heave it out of the sky to the ground below, shattering it as it explodes in bullets and red flashes on the road on either side of the Jeep as Pete signals and drives between them. And the also you hear what kind of weapon does Four Ball have?
Pulse rifle.
Okay, so you hear pew pew, and and another one of them spins and crashes. The last one tracks around, and you see the weapon powering up, the bzzz, and then right at the end it goes and just starts to do that out of control drone thing where I got it, and then smashes into the wall, and then it just slides down the wall, and it's still running, trying to go through the wall.
Sucker.
All 4 of them are gone. You have succeeded in defeating the drone attack. As you do so, the gangbangers at the end of the street are like, whoa, and they fall back into the distance. And you hear the trotting of dozens of feet on the asphalt.
Did
And
anybody
Pete,
smell bacon?
as you skid to a stop at that T intersection and kind of figure out which way to go, looking down at your map, you see at both ends of the street these feral pigs the people have been talking about. They look for all the world like the hogs, right, with the big tusks and the bristles and the fur and the sort of that stance and that about them. There's a couple things that are weird though. They don't have hog eyes. They've got people eyes, blue and green and
I've read this
brown.
book.
And they do when they stand up and look at, when they sort of come up on all fours and really look at you. They don't look, they're sniffing because they got terrible vision because they're hogs. But there are these sort of almost vestigial little human arms reaching out of their chests, just fidgeting.
Ew.
I've definitely seen this or read this book before.
They stay sort of out in the limits. They're not blocking you, they're not attacking you, they're just watching.
Okay, well, if they're not doing anything, then let's keep going to where we see the light, right?
Yep. You know exactly.
Okay.
Well, not the light because the light's gone, but you know on the map where the restaurant is.
Okay. Well, let's keep going to the restaurant
Yeah, let's go
until they do something else.
Yeah, let's head to the Long Pork restaurant.
Okay.
Long-
It's not what it's
Nice.
called, but that's good. Oh, and by the way, the feral hog people was my first twist of the night, so that's my first card.
Yeah, it sounds very much like the monsters in the Hunger Games.
I've
Oh,
never
that-
I've
that-
never
I
seen the
remember
Hunger
that.
Games, but
I'm thinking Animal House
these are yeah.
or Animal Farm.
Animal Farm is just actual animals, though.
These are
not-
metaphors. These are not
Yeah.
animals at all. But we'll find that out
They're
shortly.
pigs.
As you make your way, Pete, you're heading for the rest. You're following the GPS, heading for the
Yep.
restaurant, getting used to the clutch
Mm.
on the Yeep, and the inherent instableness of having gigantic 4-wheel drive tires on a thing you're driving in a city. Yes, so you avoid a lot of the problems that we created in that first act. Yeah, we're not going through the park, so that's not an issue. None of that stuff's a problem. So as you pull up, you pull past the animatronic restaurant that's next door, and you see the dark restaurant in front of you. The whole way down, the pigs have been following you at a safe distance. They're always one corner back. They're not acting like feral hogs anymore. They're very sort of watching to see where you're going.
Try
One-
sending the hologram to distract them with Taylor Swift.
When you stop near the restaurant, there's a kind of a ripple of excitement, and you realize they're all around you looking in. There's dozens of them, and they're really excited when you stop in front of Best Intentions Burgery. It's called Best Intentions. Late lunch, the sign says late luncheon, late night eating. Hours of operation 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. and 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. 7 days a week.
Those are really specific hours, eh?
Interesting name on it too.
There's a couple of garbage, the big dumpsters out back, the construction ones, and they're full of broken drywall and shattered kitchen equipment and deep fryers that are smashed and grills. And there's another one that's full of ruined food, like it's been sprayed with fire extinguisher stuff.
Mm. So Pete's gonna double park the car 2 times twice.
Hey, you get out of my accent. But yes, you gonna double park the car in the street? Yeah. Good. Well, it's gonna.
Well,
It's your
parking
double
lot,
park.
It's, just 'cause it's gonna be using up like 8 lanes. So
I
it's
got you. Yeah. 'Cause
2
I was
times
gonna say
twice.
all the cars there. Perfect. All the cars there have had the wheels stolen already. Most of them, the bumpers. Not a catalytic converter in sight. So yeah, you pull in and
Areas shredded copper.
you pull in and stop. The weird part is, there's many weird parts. There's been a lot of weird parts already. To add to the weirdness, next door at the animatronic cafe, it's going like nothing's happening. There's there's birthday parties and families and dinners and kids shows and animatronics are playing away, and there's a couple of actors in costumes pretending to be animatronics that are out on the floor like bad fake Russian robots. The whole trick. that's happening right next door, and that little bubble right around it, it's just like everybody that's in there is like, damn it, we paid for this, we're gonna have a good time. While all around them there's gunfire, gangland violence, and feral pigs with arms and human eyes.
I'm guessing that they don't see this, maybe.
Do you have any skills, sort of people skills, that might allow you to read them? Anybody?
Well,
It's very bad at that, but
Okay.
Charming.
I'm good at charming.
Charming? Okay.
still has
I'm just thinking Pete was like
Perceptive works too.
Had the idea of watching pigs,
Yeah.
but I'm not perceptive. That's
Okay.
the
Well,
one time I don't.
all that means is that you roll a d6 instead of a d8, right?
and
but
yeah, just sort of
Itzel, you
points
said
to-
you are perceptive, right?
Yeah, she's very good at it. She's
Very good, a d10. Okay.
She's just not good at reading people.
Okay.
You're not
No
reading
problem.
people, you're reading pigs.
Actually, well, I'm going to give you this for free because we only do one roll per scene, and this scene's not really resolved yet. So this is free information just for being very good at something. Those people over there are actively not looking out the windows. They're actively only looking at the fun. It's not that they can't see you. They're choosing not to look.
Come on,
Eyes
missing a
glaze
good time
over.
of the fun with the ladies as they are.
Yes. Even then, even the dads aren't looking out the windows.
Yeah. Pete's idea was to watch the pigs to see, like, to point at one restaurant and then the other to see how they react.
When you point at best intentions and the little bit of humanity in the eyes kind of goes away, the eyes actually start to look like pig eyes, and the little hands start to, like, they stop acting like they're in control. They just start twitching.
They get snarty.
Yeah. This is where we cut back to tonight's content warning about addiction and exaggerating its effects.
And then he points at the other one.
They don't even look.
Okay.
It's like sugar candy, and they're going, heroin? Yeah. Sugar candy? They're still looking at the heroin.
Okay, so we arrived at
But
the
they're not
restaurant
coming.
where we
Yep.
need to go,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
We arrived here where we need to go,
Yes.
and to receive something that's not there.
As you get here, nothing is glowing. But because you asked, the feral pigs have a very, as it gets dark, you see they have a very pale glow.
All of them?
Every single one of
Hmm.
them. You have nature, right?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, are you very good at nature, or good at nature? You just had a number of improvements to your nature abilities. You've spent some time on Earth, 2023 now. I'm going to give you this one. One of the you notice that one of the hogs poops, and the poop glows.
It's something they're eating.
So when they eat it, it's gone. But the effects remain.
It's something that they're there, but it's not there. I see. I understand.
Yeah, but
I'll relay this to the party.
Okay. Yeah.
We need to figure out where these hogs are eating and what they're eating, because that's what we need to get.
I don't know. This seems like a pretty shitty situation to me.
It's crap, all right.
But they seem to react a lot when you pointed to the restaurant.
There's a busted down place, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, did we hear that they are taking people from that restaurant, or they're in that restaurant?
This restaurant, the pigs have wiped that restaurant out twice in the last week. It's been rebuilt again, and it's going to reopen tomorrow. But they've gone literally through the plate glass windows, through the doors. They've smashed the hell out of this place several times. In fact, yep.
I am going to
Thinking of rebranding to a White Castle just for the defensive abilities.
Dun, 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 dun. So,
I
Harla? Yeah.
have a I have a tracker.
Yeah.
Can I can
Oh.
your little 8 ball bust open the door and then I apply the tracker to one of the hogs and see what they go in and eat?
Or I can I picked up this handy ability. I can go invisible. I can just sneak around in there.
Okay, we need to
As
know
you're
what the hogs are eating though. And the only way we can know is if we let one of them in.
as you're having this conversation, there's around the corner in the distance comes a food delivery truck like you've never seen before. It's actually armor plated. It's like an armor personnel carrier. 8 heavy metal covered wheels and gun turrets and little tiny windows and
It's a Bradley.
basically, yeah, diesel smoke spewing out the back. What's the Canadian one called? The new one, the Wolverine,
Strikers.
I think.
Strikers.
Yeah. Anyway,
Or
yeah.
at least that's what the one that took them 15 years to buy.
And way down the end of the road, you see one skid around the corner, all 6 wheels just burning up dust and smoke. Just and it starts coming towards you, and the hogs start to react. They start to bounce. And you've seen ferrets, really excited ferrets. The front and the back bounce, but they bounce at different pitches and speeds. So it's just kind of, yeah. These are huge 200-kilogram hogs just getting like that, getting that excited as this truck gets closer and closer. It pulls up to a stop right behind the Jeep, and the hogs start to close in. What do you do?
Okay, so I wrote something. My notes are very spotty.
Yep.
It says I'm good at searching for the first 2 acts of next session. That's something I got.
Okay. Yep.
So
I'll give you that. Yep.
Searching. I'm trying to figure out if I'm searching, then I also studied for this test.
Okay.
So I am searching for the thing that I know that the hogs want from the thingy.
In your experiences eating the foods of 2023, you came to know some of the ways that food is delivered in 2023, and you recognize the logo of the company on the side of the armored food delivery truck. They make, you remember because it's good, they make frozen French fries and milkshake ingredients.
Nice.
As that pulls to a stop, this is why this is crucial to your success. The back of the truck opens up, the hogs go and turn around and leave.
Oh,
This is not the food they're looking for.
okay.
That's the food we're looking for.
Yeah, I should have said the driver and the other guy jump out, run around to the back, open it up, and look at the hogs and go, "That's right, this is not the food you're looking for," and walks and try to get the Star Wars reference in there. But yes, they start hauling iced products and frozen milkshakes into the restaurant. The hogs are no longer interested; they backed off.
Can I still have applied my tracker when I wanted
to one of the hogs?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
And so now you're looking at your little display, and I'm going to give you this too because you got lucky, and you put it on like a lead hog, and you watch on your tracker as it walks basically a perimeter around you guys and goes to every single group of hogs that's around you, and looks for all intents and purposes like he's giving them a pep talk. Just as that fit. Yeah.
So it sounds like they're getting ready for battle or something, eh? This is going to be the next truck's going to be the one.
The truck The owners come out, slam the door of the truck, and drive away. The armored personnel truck into the distance. Machine gun fire and small arms fire sparking off of it. Ding, 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 ding. I hate your fucking milkshakes. Ding, 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 ding. And they drive off into the distance. Your fries suck. They're never fussed. They're always too crunchy. Ding, ding, ding. That's on
Green
you.
fries.
And they shoot back.
All the fries are better.
And it blasts off into the night. You know that moment in the movies where the music changes before the scene changes and you can feel it coming?
Mm-hmm.
When you're playing a Souls game and the boss music or fight music starts from nowhere,
And you start spinning around looking for the, yeah. That moment happens. The hogs just start to, they all sort of lock down and all of their eyes turn to follow a sound. Because in the distance, you can hear another truck coming, a much bigger, much heavier truck. It's heading in this direction. You can hear this one's drawing like RPG fire. This is drawing like rocket-propelled grenades and small arms. And you can hear the drones just ping, 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 try to shoot it. And it comes around the corner at the end of the street. And the hogs part like the Red Sea. But if the truck is 3 meters wide, the hogs are 3.1 meters apart. This, like the truck just, he can't help himself. He slows down to creep so he doesn't run them over. And they're just pressed against the side like paparazzi trying to take pictures of a killer in the back of the cop van. They're just forcing themselves up against the truck. There's a spark. The whole truck sparks with like blue electricity and they're all knocked back a couple of steps. Truck spins around backwards and starts backing towards the loading dock at the restaurant. This one isn't unloading on the street. This one's going to back up, and you can see it's like a Brinks truck. This is like a sealed door, and the restaurant's got another sealed door, and they're going to go click like the friggin' space station coming together.
Oh, so they definitely want that.
On the side, you see another logo. It says Real Meat, but it's REELMEET. And the logo looks like a hamburger patty. And it starts to back up towards the building. They have to follow the rules, but you can tell this is not a legit operation because when it backs up and beeps, it does it really quietly. It just goes beep, 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 beep.
Somebody put Kleenex in the home.
in the beepy thing. I'm just gonna keep talking until somebody stops me. What are you doing?
Well, Pete's gonna set a trap for the hogs because he knows they're coming.
Okay, yep.
And that's going to involve him lying to all of the cars in the parking lot. He has bigger lies, so he can affect more than one.
More than
object.
one thing. Okay, so that's yeah.
And the idea is to set off the car alarms.
The
just
car
as they get
alarms. Wow, I love it.
It's looking helpful that because we're both planners.
Yeah. Well,
Did you think that too?
That's so that's so effective because the game has a system where it specifically says that you only roll if there's a chance of failure. And anybody who's ever walked through a car park knows it takes zero effort to set off car alarms. So you guys don't have to roll. You just start looking around. It's like some kind of weird takeoff from the Matrix movie. It's just ding, ding, ding. And you could literally just walk along and push the bumpers, right? It's that easy to get them to go. So it starts just bam, 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 weep, 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 bam, bam. Everyone's different. And there's just this cacophony of noise going on. You look around, you see the driver of the trucks like backing up.
It's
up.
as the pigs come. I'm waiting for them to show up.
The pigs come rolling in, and you can see they hear it and they see the flashing lights because we're having the lights and everything going off, right? And they're just laser guided through it. They're looking at that truck. They're just going. They don't see what you see. But next door, all hell breaks loose. You can now tell the animatronic ones from the actors because the actors are running up the street dressed as bears. They're heading for the gangland combat rather than what's happening around them, right? The people are bundling their kids into cars next door and just like, keep your heads down, kids, keep your heads down. Is this part of the night, Daddy? No, it isn't. Keep your head down. And they're just running to their cars and fleeing because the hogs are coming in hard. The truck just about gets to the door. The back door of the truck slides open. The back door, or the door of the restaurant slams open. And you see somebody step out, but they step out of a glow. The back of that truck is just. This is what you're looking for, is in this truck. And stepping out, pushing a pallet jack with a whole pallet of glowing boxes of real meat burgers. And the burgers are spelled Bergers. So none of it is this real meat
They're
burgers, and none of it's the right phrase. None of it can possibly be meant to mean that there's any real meat in these burgers.
It's French. They're burgers.
Yeah. And they start pushing the first glowing pallet towards them, and the hogs go nuts. That was my second twist, because as you see the person step out of the back of the truck, pushing that pallet jack, they look exactly like the devil, except they're dressed like a delivery boy. They just push the dunk into the thing like they're just, but they have exactly the same face, the same facial hair, the same. It looks exactly like them.
Oh, he's probably one of those guys. The guys that the devil guy isn't, but is.
But I've never seen him
Off
down
the
here
Celeste.
before.
Yeah,
Off
that's
the
correct.
ship.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think it's him, eh? He said that the others are cheating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up and see if I can lie to him. If he's omnipotent, or like
Yep.
the other, like
Yep.
you said.
You can't lie
I'm
to
gonna
liars.
see-
If he's one of the
I'm
So-
gonna see if I
Abracadabras,
can
then-
successfully lie. to
So
him.
what are you gonna try pick out? You want, yeah, all lies work. You're still gonna
Okay,
have to
so-
defend yourself against the damage, but what are you gonna try to what are you gonna lie to about them?
I'm going to go up to him.
Yep.
And I'm going to say, I'm here to relieve your shift. I'm taking over this pallet. You can go home now. I was
Okay.
hired to take care of this. You're off early.
You say that, and they just sort of look at you and don't even break stride. And you now know what it's like when a garden hose is left on and somebody turns off the tap, and that pressure just can't get out. It just, it's like they're a liar. They're absolutely one of the Aberdants. There's no
Mhm.
question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look back at Pete and go thumbs up, like you were right. Like
Yep.
This
Yeah,
is
Itzel's
one of the guys.
That's my second
assuming
twist.
that their truck has electronic components because
Yep.
2020 computer,
Yep.
all lab computers.
Absolutely.
She's gonna go electrically disrupt the that so they can't take off for a bit.
Yep. Perfect. Okay. I'm just making sure here. Yeah, and that was my third twist as well, was the item is 12 pallets of frozen real meat patties.
We gotta drive their truck away.
I was
So-
gonna say, can we hook him up to a rope and hook it up to the truck and
You can sure try.
pull
but
it away?
for right at the moment, as they back up, Amy, you're going to lie to the truck and just stop the truck. So that's a D8, unless you can tell me you're very good at. Oh, no, sorry, it's a D10 because you're always very good at lying. Versus a heart. So 5 or 6.
I'm going to assist
power
because
for
I'm
that.
also a liar.
Okay.
Planner.
Okay, so what are you going to do? What's your
Um,
plan?
The,
They're going to kill the electrical system in the truck.
They're going to kill the electrical system in the truck.
Basically, like the electrical system
what am I
fails.
gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Uh,
I'm gonna bust the starters.
Okay, so yeah, you give him another
spark plug,
D10. Yep. And Harla, helping in any way?
They're trying to
stop the truck before it clicks to the building, is what I presume, right?
Okay.
Well, just so they
Yeah.
can't pull away afterwards. Is what I
Okay.
was thinking.
Oh, so they're
Because it's already click closed.
Well,
isn't
I said they were close and he was pulling the pallet across, so there is still a gap. It hasn't
Mhm.
hermetically sealed yet.
Mm.
Oh, I'm going to mess with that system. That
Oh, so you're
seal
gonna-
on the one side is going to
Perfect.
not work.
So yeah, so you're going to stop the truck just short, and then you're going to stop the seal from closing. So it's going to be like it can't.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. Which is going to leave Harla free to do whatever you want, or if you'd like to assist. There's already 2 D10s going into this, and it's only a 5 or 6 hurdle.
Can I
Yes.
arm combat and start to battle that guy?
Judo chop the abracadabra.
You go whizzing into yes. What is your unarmed combat? Are you good at it or very good?
It is. I'm good at it.
Okay, so that's a D8. All right.
Yeah.
Itzel,
I'm just gonna fight him.
yeah, Itzel, give us 2 D10s and a D8, please, as we
Alright.
try and stop this guy from pushing his pallet into the back of the building.
I got a 10, a 7, and a 4.
A 10 is enough. It is not quite a double, so because we're still in Act 2 technically. So you do manage. It works. You resist the damage. You stop the truck. Pete stops the seal from sealing, and Harla just leaps up and grabs the guy by the shoulder, because you can physically pull people. You just can't lie to liars. As you spin him around, you see a name tag stitched in, like it's they're stitched in, so it's like permanent. He's been here for a while. It's not like the new guy tag. It's actually embroidered. That's the words I'm looking for. And it says A period Brad, and then brackets A.N.T brackets, and then underneath it says A.T. Where is it?
It's a Brad.
No, it's a Bradant. It's there. It's them, but the A.N.T. I actually had something that it meant. Just trying to remember. We're just trying to find where it was. It's back here.
It's
Nourishment transport.
A dot.
That's what it is. Artificial nourishment transport, because it's artificial nourishment. Yes. So yeah. So it's a Brad Ant. It says right on it that he's an Aberdant, right?
Hmm.
And you spin him around and he looks at you. At that moment, the hogs hit the building as we move in to Act 3. 3. Dun, dun, dun. So everything boosts now. Everything goes up a level on you guys, and start burning those cards, those of you that have still got them left, because this is it. The hogs go wild. They go hog wild. They go through the windows, through the glass doors.
Through the window.
Through the windows.
Some of them are even trying to claw and tear their way through the walls of the restaurant. They're inside in a blink. Some of them go right for the patties. Some of them use their tiny hands to start up the grills. One even goes and starts spreading condiments, like stands up like a pig at the table, and his little tiny hands come out, and they start putting condiments on buns. They're all just shaking with excitement. Just
Pigging out.
They're pigging out. They're putting those condiments, they're putting them on frozen buns, right? They're just,
They don't care.
they don't care. All with their tiny, tiny little arms. What do you do?
I
I
wish
want to start
had
with Harla. You've got this guy by the shoulder, this Aberdant by the shoulder. What do you do?
Did Harley?
Can I play this card? No.
Yes, absolutely you can. Change something. Revelation. Last
Okay,
time.
revelation. I am going to get the identity of this Aberdant
Yep.
and figure out what their organization is doing,
Okay.
and their intention is. Like what are you doing? And because it says on the bottom, are you on our side or not?
Yes.
And I've always been suspicious about the devil from the very get-go, so I want to know
Wow.
if devil is on our side or if they are on our side.
This is categorically, no two ways about it, the perfect use of this card at this time. Because you are about to get the truth from the Aberdant standing in front of you. Because the devil shows. He just walks out of a wall. This is the one you know, the bad 90s suit with the pleated pants and the shiny shoes and the bad hair and the whole bit. And he looks at the other one and he just shakes his head. Around you, the hogs are going to town. They're eating frozen real meat patties. Some of them are trying to cook them. As soon as they get warm, other ones are stealing them. They're eating them on frozen buns. As soon as they grab them and have about 4 bites, it's almost like a soporific. You see them start to relax. And they get to a spot where they actually look calm. To coin a phrase, they look as calm as pigs in shit. But they keep eating. They keep stuffing more and more in, and they just get more and more lethargic, and they start to they're zoning out. They're getting high off this meat. And as you watch, they grow more hair. The arms get even smaller. The eyes start to lose their humanity. They start to grunt and fight amongst themselves. But as that happens, the devil turns to the other one and he says, oh, by the way, I need all of you to roll a resistance check at this point. Because the smell and the just being in the presence of this real meat makes
So
you...
what are we rolling for that?
Resistance would be, if you don't have that as a skill, you're just rolling a d6.
Okay.
Just falling out of my dice mimic left and right.
Oh, I got a 6.
You got a 6, you're okay. Okay.
Oh, that's a 4.
A 4, okay, that's not so good.
That's a product. That's a 1.
Okay, so that's a complete fail and almost a success. So Harla, you feel... It's dark out, so you feel like crap tonight. Like you've been exposed to something that made you feel like crap tonight. Like you're Superman and you've been exposed to crap tonight. You feel bad, but you resist it. I wondered how many times I was going to have to say it. Amy, Itzel, you sort of... You managed to not be ill, but it's not by much. You're looking for medication, right? You're feeling really, really nauseous. Pete, you're losing your lunch, buddy.
Oh.
Just yarfing all over the place.
Cookies.
You feel like crap tonight. You will be, I created a rule. All your rolls for the rest of this round are nerfed. So you don't get boosted for act 3 like everybody else.
Oh, should I have gotten
it's a-
D8 up? Should I have gotten a
Yes,
D8
actually, you all should have rolled 1 higher than you did on that
Okay.
last one.
Let's
Damn.
find out what I got this time.
Damn.
Well, that's cocked.
Where are my d8s?
I got an 8.
You got an 8, so you're fine. So you don't throw up.
He almost throws up.
I got a 5.
Oh, because yeah, you had to swallow it, Sid. Sid, I did it again.
Oh.
Pete, you had to swallow it. Yeah.
Oh.
Gross.
Sorry.
I've had church coffee. This is nothing, eh?
Oh.
Nobody who wants me to be in a fellowship would feed me this. Okay. Sorry. Itzel, what do you do? Save us. Save us. I killed Bison.
I rolled a 5. Is that still
you hold it in, but not by much. And we're going to give Harlow their success from the first one. I don't care what you rolled on this one. So all 3 of you managed to resist this. Just, you know what it is. I'm just going to say, you know, when you go out, you know you shouldn't, but you go out for fast food, and you know you shouldn't, and you're not going to for a long time, so you have too much. And afterwards, you're like, oh, that was good, but, oh, and then
Yeah.
not good. Yeah, you're at that, but you managed to only get to that. Just really
You're at
bad.
that third Arby's sandwich.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I should have only had two. Why did the burgers were okay, but why did we stop at Timmy's for 6 donuts? Oh, that was bad. Anyway, the rogue, while you're feeling that and controlling yourselves, have you really still got 2 cards left, Bison, or you just?
I haven't actually. Yeah, I haven't had.
There hasn't been that many
rogue.
opportunities. That's okay, because
Yeah.
that's on me
Yeah,
for not giving you the chances.
I got one to draw a con. It's like
Yeah,
I haven't seen a good use
no,
for that.
that's all right. Don't worry about it. We're gonna break some rules, but first, you get your explanation. We're all of that. We're circling all the way back around to this revelation card. The devil that you know leans in at the other one and goes, naughty, naughty, naughty. You're not allowed to be here. You've broken the rules again. You know the rules. Only my facet gets to break the rules. Yep. Those are the rules. You need to go. And as he says that word need, they start to fade.
I still didn't get my answer though.
Which is?
Which one of you is on our side?
He looks at you and says, we are all one creature, but all of a sudden in his hand there's a D20, a big one that like fills the palm of his hand. But he says, like one of these, there are faces. I'm this one. And he holds it up and he shows you the 1.
Well, bad luck, eh?
Not really. Compared to all the rest of these, and he starts doing the sort of David Bowie ball on the hand thing, back and forth with the die rolling back and forth like this. I'm the one that's allowed to cheat. We're playing a little game. And he grabs it again and he points it to you again, and it's the 20. He says, you see, that's me too. Because I'm allowed to cheat. The bet, if you will. The question we asked ourselves and couldn't answer without an experiment, omniscient my ass, is whether they can stop me, defeat me, stop me from stopping them, without them lying. We knew it would be difficult, so we gave them a couple of chances, but they've used them all up. And this is against this background of fleeing people in the background. The animatronics are still playing, the lights are still going, but even the staff is gone. The hogs are 3.5, 4 pallets in. They're in the back of the truck. They're in the restaurant. They're passed out all over the place.
Ball's reading the instructions. He's sitting on top of the hood vent.
Yeah.
For the deep fryers, and he's
Yeah.
reading the cooking instructions for the meat, which would include the ingredient which would include the ingredient list.
Yes. Even Floorball can't translate it. It's intentionally printed so poorly it almost looks like a QR code that won't scan.
Huh.
It's not real letters even. It's like part of it's Russian, and it's, yeah, even with his ginormous processing power, what he discovers, it makes no sense. It is purely gibberish. It's intended to be unreadable.
Doesn't even know it's in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not made of people. Okay, we're safe.
That was too easy.
I know.
Harla, the devil turns and looks at you and says, it's so much fun being the badass.
I mean, I would agree.
Sorry, I missed that.
I said I would agree with that.
Yes. So, if we can make them cheat even one more time, we win, we loses, I go home, and you can go back to your regular lives. I'll even fix the ship.
So you were the
Good,
one
'cause
that
that's taken
damaged
me
the
all
ship
freaking
in the first
day.
place.
Yes, I am. And I don't know how you do that. And he points at you, Pete. I lied to break that shit. He says,
Yes.
you
Pulls
don't
out a
under...
roll of duct tape. Like, you ever use one of these? Use for anything.
He looks at you and he's, but I can lie to stars.
I lie to a couple of wires and put some tape on it. It's fine.
Scale. You see, there's something no one with infinite power stops to think about. Scale. And he looks honestly interested, like you've honestly taught him something.
No one notices a little lie here and there. It's the big ones that get you in trouble, eh?
It's like I said at the start of this. The little details, and he points at you, the ones that no one notices. Those are the ones that change things. I just get to be an asshole.
Okay, well then I don't know if I want to keep stealing things for you.
If you don't, your world comes apart and you've got about 6 weeks. So you're not really doing it for me.
Well, okay.
Don't worry, next season's plot won't be anywhere near this bulletproof.
I'm just trying to. I really don't trust this guy. That's why.
You're not
Well, you
supposed
shouldn't.
to.
This is
The
I'm
devil,
not-
but the devil you know is better than the devil you don't.
he just told you, to be clear, he just told you that he is part of an all but omniscient being
Right.
that is bored and is asking itself deep philosophical questions and then going out and experimenting with live beings to find the answers, even at the extent of those live beings. So there's no good guys here. There's
Well,
It's literally the lab
I
rat.
taught him something, so
yes. Mm-hmm.
I call that as a success for the day.
Yes, absolutely, yes. And with that, the devil looks around and says, they're going to finish this. And they points at the hogs, and they're already, like, they're over halfway through. There's some of them are so wasted they can hardly crawl, and they're just like licking with their tongues. That's all that can still move, but they're still trying to get more and more and more. He looks down at them and says, by the way, that'll wear off now that they're not getting any new stuff. But it is going to be an ugly couple of weeks. To be fair, the gangs have never seen armored pigs. And as he looks around, you can see that the skin is thickening up on them. To be fair.
So much.
But okay, so you want the things that these pigs are eating? You're here. Just take it.
Well, the funny part is, now that there's no more coming in, and he points at the empty truck, and the Aberdant is gone, right? He's actually ceased to be. Now that there's no more coming in, as soon as it's all done, everything resets, doesn't it? None of this ever happened.
Right.
And he kicks back in one of those awful plastic chairs that they have in these fast food places and kicks his feet up on the even more awful arborite table. And he says, so, no harm, no foul. Let them eat themselves into oblivion. Tomorrow they'll wake up as their hungry human selves.
Oh, not as hungry hippos.
No, that's a different universe. But only the four of us will remember.
Pete Pat's one of the big ones, one of the big pigs. Like, you are missing out on one of the worst hangovers of your life, bud.
And it looks up at you,
You're
and
not-
it's like only one eye manages to look up at you, like, and the one
Yeah.
ear's going this way, the other one's just kind of nin it. As you watch, they eat the very last piece. They reach out and grab that very last frozen patty and just like, and as they swallow the last of it, the world shimmers around you. And you find yourselves back on the Celeste. You didn't have to leave the zone of influence this time,
We didn't even have to steal anything.
because by eating it all, they caused it to cease to be, and there's no new stuff coming in. You don't have to steal it. You just have to make sure it leaves the zone of influence. And by eating
Okay.
it, you did that.
Sweet. Self high
So
five.
they eat themselves into oblivion. You appear back on the Celeste in room 101. The devil is there sitting on the table. He says, I'm not even going to bring the mouse back. It's not really much point in it anymore, is there? I mean, you've seen right through me. And he kind of, for a second, he flickers like the mice did, and grins and comes back. You see, unlike you, I can lie to myself. And he
Well,
changes.
that's really unfortunate.
He
You know,
changes
that's
and he's
not-
two white mice. And yeah, go ahead.
That's not safe to lie to yourself. That's dangerous. Don't do that.
And he switches to the messed up 3-color mouse that you saw at the start of this. And he's even more messed up now. He's just like, he's literally, part of him's gone 8-bit resolution wise. And he just looks up at you and goes, oh, but you have to save me. And turns into the devil and falls back into, like, the tiny little devil, and falls back into the table and poof, gone. Shatters on top of the table like glass. Not like a hologram disappearing, but maybe it's a hologram of glass disappearing, of glass shattering. And
Voxels, individual voxels.
and then ting, 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 they disappear as they move further away from the center of the table. You're left
I
standing
feel
in an
like
empty room.
Every time my brain gets a little bit more screwed up.
Oh,
I'm-
like, by the way, hey, I'm Pete Sakes. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Yep.
I'm Harla. Nice to meet you. That was a great
Itzel,
day. Huh?
you're introducing yourself, Itzel?
She's probably halfway out the door.
Okay. In that
Bye.
case,
Itzel.
How's it
Itzel
going?
doesn't like to talk to people. Bye, Itzel. See you next time.
Have a
Itzel, you
good
try,
day.
you had to leave, Itzel, the door pops open. The ship's empty. There's nobody here.
Huh.
There's about that much dust on every surface. You look around, the doors look like they've never been opened in 100 years. Half the lights are burned out.
What the fuck?
You hear,
Stick-
what the fuck from the door? Pete?
Pete sticks his head out. He's like, oh man, those fans are gonna all need to be cleaned. Oh.
Harla, you step up, look out. What's your response?
He's messing up the ship even more. Like, I think it's the devil's fault.
Yeah.
I start cussing out this devil.
I mean, he's part of the entity that's doing this, so
You hear
He-
you hear sort of a
what-
crackle.
We're working for him. I don't understand why he's wrecking the ship more.
You
He's
hear
threatening us.
you hear a little crackle, and the tannoy system in the ship comes to life, and you hear the devil's voice. Oh, I'm not lying now. This is what happens when I stop lying. And that is where we will drop the curtain on tonight.
Oh crap.
Yeah, at the very end, you see Pete opening up.
Give me a
maintenance
chance.
closet and putting on yellow rubber
Yeah.
gloves.
Oh.
and shit.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to knock the dust off of them too. He's
Exactly.
the devil. Oh yeah, the devil is
Devil's a freaking hoser, eh?
It's, well, I figured I put some thought in it, and it's like this guy makes Loki look like the Lucky Charms leprechaun, right? I mean, this guy is lying like an onion. There's layers and layers and layers to the lies that he's telling.
and
So-
we're after all his lucky charms.
Yep, absolutely. And he just he just turned off another lie. Everything you've experienced since arriving back at Earth has been a
Whole
lie.
fucking
The whole season was a dream. Dallas, 1986, you bastard. Anyway, before I make
I'm
any
just
other,
gonna-
yeah,
I'm just gonna go back down to Earth then, because like the
Yep.
ship is not sustainable.
absolutely, that makes perfect sense. But that's where we will
And-
start next week.
Okay, well, I have to make a note that I'm
Yep.
now living on Earth because
And I guess one of the things that this is going to do, in fact, if you all want to go down, I guess in that case we have to add Pete to the crew on a permanent basis, at least till the end of this series, and we'll bring Dak back next week as and when and as possible. But you guys will move down to the surface if you choose. But we'll make those decisions at the start of next week.
So it's
Because-
literally the 4 of us.
You'll find out for sure next week, but it could be as little as the 4 of you. Although, yeah, because Brad isn't here, so Brad's the only one that's seen the other 2. So yeah, potentially that could have been part of a lie too.
Yeah, shit, an entire fucking.
Yep, a whole mission
Yep.
was a lie, inside a lie, inside a lie, onions, lie and onions. Oh yes.
Ew. Oh my god.
See why I
You
like this
lied
game?
so much,
See why I like
even
this
in
game?
An entire session of the damn show didn't happen.
Yep. But it did, because you experienced and
Allegedly.
you remember it. So it did it. Yeah, did it happen? I don't know. I remember it. So therefore, it for me, it happened. But with that, it is time to do the thank yous. Tonight was a big night. This was a big reveal night. So that revelation card was absolutely perfect. So I want to shout out thank yous to Bison _ Stonefist for tying yet another character into your plethora of characters that are all from the same subworld, and I love it. Thank you very much to Farah for coming in and playing in this game. It's not like any other game in the world, so I appreciate you coming in. And I love the reckless abandon that your characters have. It's just like, yeah, let's do wild and crazy shit. It's you get it. It's a graphic novel. Let's go nuts, right? Thank you.
Yeah, Scotland, let's go.
I appreciate that very, very much. And Amy, it's so good having you here because I know you really rules and lore. So for me, it's a tremendous amount of fun to break all the rules with you because it's just it kind of, this is going to sound nasty. I don't mean it this way, but it puts you on your back foot, and that's where I get your best stuff. Is when I've got you sort of not thinking. It's just you just react. So please take it as a compliment. The only people I do that to are people I trust to be able to react. So thank you so much, and welcome to the bottom of the bus. But thank you.
At least he put skid plates in now.
I did. Yeah, I took him off the Jeep. But thank all of you for that. Thank you to chat. There wasn't a lot tonight in chat. It was mostly us. And you know what? I don't care because tonight was a great game. And anybody that tunes in to see it in the VOD, thank you. And it's going to be great. If you got to hear it, you know it already was. And anybody watching this on YouTube, please keep coming back. We're getting lots of views on this. And I appreciate that very much. This is a really cool game. And as you saw tonight, it's about to get weird. So please hit that follow button, hit that like button, hit all those buttons depending on which format you're watching it on, and even hit that notification button over on YouTube so you are reminded when I remember to post stuff. Roughly speaking, we have games roughly 7 nights a week. I know what you're talking about. You can't do roughly 7 nights a week. Yes, we can. We aim for 7 nights a week, and we don't always get there. So that's roughly 7 nights a week. It's RPGs. Scheduling is tough. So with that, if you tune in between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. Pacific time and we're not here, it's because scheduling happened. Please tune in the next night. Chances are we'll be here. We will be here sharing joy because I haven't said it for a very long time on stream, but one of the mantras I really live by is that shared pain is lessened and shared joy increased. And our community does that better than any place I know. So thank you for sharing your pain. Thank you for trusting us to help as much as listening can. We don't have any answers, but damn it, we can listen. And thank you all so much for being part of an incredibly supportive community. And with that, I say it every week, and I know that for the vast majority of you, I don't need to remind you, but I'm going to do it anyway. Until next time, please be nice to each other. Good night.